The regular season of high school girls volleyball is nearing its end, but we've got a pair of Wright County Conference teams looking for a tune-up as they prepare for section play and the last weekend tournament of the season. The Hutchinson Tigers make the trek to Southwest Christian for the first time as a conference rival to the Southwest Christian Stars. Southwest Christian still holds the #1 ranking in Class 2A. Greetings, everyone. I'm Mike Beaton, all by myself talking to myself. That's Chaos Theory. Well, I guess I'm not entirely by myself. The student section is slowly filling up behind me with plenty of costumes. Then again, Halloween is in a couple of weeks. But the most frightening aspect or element at Southwest Christian may be the players who suit up in the maroon jerseys. There is one notable change since our last visit here. The Stars have another confirmed Division I commit. Yesterday, Annika Verink announced her verbal commitment to play Division I volleyball at Villanova, joining Estelle Haugen as two confirmed Division I prospects for the Stars. Jesse Toe Arnett is hoping they'll add another member to that list in due time. And don't forget about Jana Bradenberg, the Palm Beach Atlantic commit. May not be Division I, but she's still going to college, and you know the saying, whether it's D1, D2, D3, or JUCO, it's a big deal. Southwest Christian has rolled through the Wright County Conference in its first year of membership as their win streak continues to augment at an astounding pace. They are the favorites tonight with that deep front lineup of theirs. And we've got some elves. I wonder if they know the best coffee in town. Well, those elves are certainly happy, and they have plenty of reason to be with the power, velocity, and marksmanship of Haugen and Verink. Paige Lemcool, Callie Coughlin, a couple of others to keep an eye on. They chip in a few points in each Southwest Christian game. The Stars figure to be the favorites when we get to the Class 2A state tournament. Of course, they have to get out of their section first, but they have stayed #1 all season. It's going to take a lot to bring them down. Hutchinson hung in the top 10 for most of the year. They've dropped out in the most recent poll, but they have plenty of multi-sport athletes representing the versatility in the school and town known for producing Lindsay Whalen, who is now a Division I coach at Minnesota. Speaking of Division I, the Tigers have a Division I prospect of their own, and Adriana Nelson Rhoda. She will play at Middle Tennessee State next year. Madison Heller is an all-state dancer, has been for the past 3 years. Bryn Ziegler, a figure skater when she's not searching for points on the volleyball court. Bryn Swift and the Stamers. Volleyball and basketball crossovers. Data is limited as far as Hutchinson volleyball goes, but when you look at some of the activities and sports these athletes are involved in, Hutchinson figures to bring Southwest Christian the toughest challenge they have seen in Wright County Conference competition. We'll see what happens when we return. This is high school girls volleyball.
Twin Cities Sports Broadcasting, and a whole lot more. That's what you get from TSB Television. We provide long-lasting digital coverage of your favorite athletes from the preps to the pros. Dazzling moves.
Holloman, good if it goes. Yes!
Game winners.
From James. She's in trouble. Finds James. Toss shot! It goes in!
And everything in between.
Before we let you go, do you want to say hi to anybody?
Oh, I don't know. That put me on the spot there.
If you want to connect with our audience, visit us at patreon.com/TSB Television or sponsor our coverage through PayPal and Cash App. Thank you for watching.
Welcoming your Hutchinson Tigers, center number 6, Marissa Stamer. Right hitter number 8, Bryn Swift. Middle blocker number 10, Hannah Peterson. Middle blocker number 11, Gwen Yannick. Right hitter number 16, Lily Sickman. And defensive specialist number 18, Jillian Martinez. Now the starters for the Tigers. Defensive specialist number 1, Bryn Ziegler. Libero number 2, Kiera Young. Defensive specialist number 3, Ainsley Thode. Right hitter number 4, Madison Heller. Center number 5, Alyssa Stamer. Outside hitter number 7, Adri Rhoda. And outside hitter number 9, Cecilia McGraw. The Tigers are coached by Dennis Wachowski, Tim Carroll, and Amber Fleck. Now let's welcome your Southwest Christian Stars. Outside number 3, Ballad Paradise. Number 5, outside hitter Callie Coughlin. Number 6, outside hitter Taylor Miedema. Number 10, outside hitter Kayla Zitzlock. Number 12, outside Paige Lemko. Number 13, outside Carolyn White. Number 15, center Ava McIntosh. Number 17, defensive specialist Kylie Beckering. Starting for the Stars, number 2, Libero Jana Bradenberg. Number 4, middle blocker Melina Straw. Number 7, defensive specialist Luca Bradenberg. Number 8, setting Ella McIntosh. Number 11, outside hitter Esty Haugen. Number 14, middle blocker Monica Beering. And number 18, defensive specialist Ella Query. The Stars are coached by Jesse Calvinette and Lindsay Peterson. Our officials tonight are Steve Bolton and Terry Selly. Let's play volleyball.
The starters have been introduced. As you may have heard from the public address announcer, a slight change in their starting lineup, but again, volleyball starting is less of a big deal than basketball. Callie Coughlin usually starts with Southwest Christian, but Luca Bradenberg getting that honor. That being said, you will see Callie more than a few times tonight. And for Hutchinson, Bryn Swift and Hannah Peterson will get in and play some points as well. Bonnie is enjoying this little musical throwback. You may recall from our last visit here, it's a taste of Camp Randall Stadium, the student section. I don't know why we have bleachers over there. They never use them. A lot of Halloween costumes tonight. As we noted in the open, we've got a few elves. I saw a stormtrooper. Let's just say, I hope that stormtrooper didn't apply for a spot on the volleyball team, because you have to be a good marksman to play volleyball, and stormtroopers and their aim, we know how that usually turns out. Hutchinson 18-10, Southwest Christian 19-2.
Serving for the Stars, number 7, Luca Bradenberg.
Southwest Christian will take part in the Fall Classic this weekend at St. Michael Albertville. Last tournament of regular season competition. They're wearing the maroon, Hutchinson wearing the yellow. And we open things up with a block from Annika Vuring. Annika, 6'2", has a slightly higher reach than Estelle Haugen. Haugen has the slightly higher approach, over 120 inches. And that's going to be a hitting error on Adri Nelson Rhoda, as her attack did not cross the net. Hutchinson in a tough section in 2-3A. That's where Marshall is. Marshall, the #1 team in 3A. They have been all season long. Haugen from the right side goes off speed. Tough set Free ball for the Tigers. Nelson Rhoda. Almost got the point, but a hustle play from Ella Queering keeps the play alive. This extended rally will fall in favor of Southwest Christian. Madison Heller couldn't cross the net. And it's a quick 3-0 start for the Stars. Southwest Christian located in Chaska. 3 hitting errors in a row for Hutchinson. We mentioned the tough section they're in. There are 2 other ranked teams outside of Marshall, Wilmer and Mankato West. Marshall the favorites to win in 3A. And the expansion to 4 classes in some ways benefits Southwest Christian. They were still in 2A, but I should point out they would have had to play the likes of Marshall had we stayed with 3 classes in this season of high school volleyball. But we have a 4th. And we have our first kill for the Tigers. It comes from the arm of Adri Nelson Rhoda. The Middle Tennessee State recruit. And the fastest player on the team. I'll explain in a minute. 4-1 the score in favor of the Stars. McIntosh to Haugen. She finds a spot in the middle for her first point. And the first kill of the game for the Stars. The Stars have won 14 straight. Their last loss came to Egan in tournament play. Adri Nelson Rhoda gets the deflection. And this is Alyssa Stamer. She'll play basketball next year at St. Cloud State. Had a productive season on the AAU circuit. And that will be a hitting error charged to Bryn Swift. And as we noted, anytime you mention Hutchinson, no matter the sport, it's the school, the city that Lindsay Whaling calls home. The Stars off to a fine start. Estelle Haugen from the outside. The second kill for the Georgia commit. McIntosh serving. Did that paint the line? Yes! It was close, but from my vantage point, I would agree with the officials, and a quick explanation. Alyssa Steamer went over to the head official, sharing a word with head coach Dennis Białowski. And after that conference, we resume. 8-2 the score. That one is out of bounds. The first service error to Southwest Christian, and Adri Nelson Rhoda with her first rotation in the service position. That's Milena Straub, who scores from the middle. Jessie Toarnett has high hopes for Milena Straub's college prospects. Trying to get a few looks for the junior. Free ball for the Stars. Now a free ball for the Tigers. And Adri Nelson Rhoda got caught in a bit of indecisiveness. Got to her spot perhaps prematurely on the attack and ends up hitting it out of bounds. 10-3 the score. Hutchinson having a rough go of things thus far. Milena Straub scores on the off-speed teardrop, and that will be enough for Hutchinson to call a timeout. Southwest Christian leads 11-3. 14 straight victories for the Stars. Mount Westonka, Watertown Mare, Delano. We were here for that epic battle with Mare Lutheran. Some of their other wins include Eastridge, Holy Angels, Eden Prairie, and Casson Manorville. They also beat Wilmer, one of the top teams in 3A. So this Southwest Christian program, they've been a dominant force for several years. They won a Class A state championship in 2013 and have remained in contention since. Jessie Toe Arnett in her second season coaching the Stars. We talked to her at the beginning of the season, all the way back in August, about the prospects of a normal year. And we've gotten a taste of that in our couple of visits to the private school in Chaska with the student section. You've got a sizable home crowd. Last year, there were strict capacity limits. And it wasn't easy for media either. Estelle Haugen made that ace look easy, though. And the Stars are rolling. (13-3). Hutchinson stuck in their heels. And the Stars will get another free ball here following a fine serve by Haugen. And she is a little displeased at the call. It will be a hitting error on Milena Straub. From our vantage point, it appeared that she just missed that line. Tough break for Straub, who has a couple of kills to her credit. We'll see what Hutchinson can do. They have more errors than kills. But they'll pick up a point on the block. Cecilia McGraw and Hannah Peterson were there. Cecilia McGraw, if the name sounds familiar, her cousin Cece plays for the Gophers. Kelly Coughlin scores her first point. Kelly Coughlin, the younger sister of Carter Coughlin, the former Gophers football player, now playing professionally with the New York Giants. They have an unbreakable bond, and I'm sure he's enjoying the opportunity to see his sister light it up on the volleyball court. Free ball for the Tigers. They've had some troubles on the attack, but they caught a break for a moment, and they'll catch another one as Kelly Coughlin left that attack a little soft. Here's Bryn Ziegler, the figure skater. Always enjoy getting to share some fun facts about all these athletes. Kelly Coughlin. Nelson Rhoda with the dig. And that will be a point for the Stars. Madison Heller hit that into the net, her third hitting error. Rough start for the Tigers. Southwest Christian adds another ace from the arm of Paige Lemcool. Lemcool, if you didn't watch our last broadcast with Mare Lutheran, the world record holder in Just Dance for the Katy Perry song Swish Swish. That serve receive falls in the Southwest Christian side, and that will be a point, I believe, for Ainsley Toady. Here's Cecilia McGraw. Adri Nelson Rhoda. Had a good block there. Verink up in the front row. Nelson Rhoda from the outside again. Used a high arc. Verink is denied by Nelson Rhoda. Adri Nelson Rhoda also ran track and beat out all of her volleyball teammates who took part in the sport as well. That will be a hitting error on Callie Coughlin. It was not deflected. Hutchinson scoring 2 in a row. They still trail 16-9, but looking to get some rhythm, some momentum to find the balance they're seeking. Verink hit the net. Verink off to a rough start. One shot blocked, another shot low. And Hutchinson has scored 3 in a row to make it 16-10. We say this all the time, but in untimed sports, you're never out of it until someone gets to 25 or wins by 2. Jessie Toe Arnett wanted a lift on Hutchinson, but we play on. Haugen paints the corner from the back row. Estelle Haugen, we've seen this a few times this season, can find her mark from just about anywhere. And here's Luca Bradenberg. Ball handling error. Double contact to be precise.
Timeout, Tigers.
And that will lead Hutchinson to use the second of their 2 timeouts in this set. 18-10 the score. In the open, we highlighted the multi-sport versatility of the Hutchinson roster. Here's an idea. Bryn Ziegler, figure skater. Madison Heller, an all-state dancer 3 years running. Alyssa Stamer, a college basketball commit. Adri Nelson Rhoda will play at Middle Tennessee State next year for volleyball. Bryn Swift competed in softball and track for a time before sticking with softball. Cecilia McGraw plays lacrosse. Hannah Peterson, a 3-sport athlete, playing basketball and lacrosse. And that multi-sport aspect extends to one of the student managers in Hayden Kellen, who plays on the boys lacrosse team. Southwest Christian leads 18-10. Make it 19-10 on the ace from Luca Bradenberg. 4 aces for the Stars in this first set. Nobody there to pick up the dig for the Stars, and Madison Heller will get the point out of it. Hutchinson looking for an opening, a lifeline. They've struggled in this first set. Haugen slams it home. There were plenty of celebrations, of course, for Annika Verink when she made her college announcement yesterday, but plenty of reasons to celebrate Estelle Haugen as well. Won't take part in the St. Michael Abbeville tournament. McIntosh will take part in an assist to Milena Straub. The reason being, Haugen will go on her official visit, and this was the best weekend to do it, and Jessie Toe Arnett has no qualms about that. In fact, she told me Haugen could use a break. Jana Brandenburg, a little too hard on the serve.
Serving for the Tigers, number 5, Alyssa Sitter.
Brandenburg, though, a noted pickle enthusiast, if you watched our last game. Really likes pickles. (21-12), Southwest Christian well on their way to a set 1 win. Haugen using finesse on that attack. Wasn't up at the net, so couldn't use her maximum velocity. But she's playing with maximum effort. 5 kills unofficially in this first set. And the Stars 3 points away from capturing set 1. Maybe not a surprise considering how they've played this year, but as we said in the Wright County Conference, which has undergone some changes. Hutchinson, one of the toughest opponents in the conference slate. As we spent this week highlighting some in-conference rivalries. Adrienne Nelson-Rhoda scoring the last point for the Tigers. And it's important for them to remember that they're not out of this by any stretch. McIntosh to Haugen, look out. That did not touch a Hutchinson player, but I still wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that spike. So Hutchinson picking up a couple more points here. Here's Lemkool. Tigers able to get the save. A little bit of confusion on sending it over, though. That's going to leave an opening, but Haugen couldn't score on that shot. And an off-speed attack for a point from Hannah Peterson. We've seen Hutchinson go on some short bursts, scoring 3 in a row on a couple of occasions. Moving forward, the question will be stringing together a longer run. Estelle Haugen has no interest in letting that happen. Another rise and fire for a score. 6 kills unofficially in this first set for Estelle Haugen. Will go down, or should say leave, Southwest Christian with a distinguished resume in the sport of volleyball. Hutchinson responds on the other end. That is Bryn Swift. In spite of her name, Swift was outrun in track by Adrienne Nelson-Rhoda, and we joked that that was the reason she took up softball. But she still holds claim as the second fastest player on the team. And tapping down the overpass is Hannah Peterson. So Hutchinson, they've scored 5 of the last 6. This is what we're talking about. Can they string together a rally? Even if it's not enough to take the set, it could give Southwest Christian pause. But Milena Straub doesn't need a pause to assert herself on the attack. Set point for the Stars. They have 7 to work with. And Milena Straub in the service position. That serve puts Hutchinson on their heels. But Nelson-Rhoda scored from the back row. The officials ruled that Straub did not get the up in time. So Nelson-Rhoda struggled early. She has 4 kills, and if Hutchinson can find their footing, as the game progresses. This could make for an interesting battle, as we said. This figures to be the toughest opponent in conference for Southwest Christian. And from the back row, Estelle Haugen closes out the first set for Southwest Christian. The Tigers got on a short burst late, but Southwest Christian, with more depth and talent at their disposal, at least in the first set, they win 25-18, and 7 kills unofficially from Estelle Haugen. Southwest Christian demonstrating why they're number 1 in Class 2A. We're back in a moment.
When the high school season is over, TSP Television goes on the highlight trail. Our highlight reels provide you with a valuable resource for recruiters and a keepsake of your favorite athlete. To learn more about our highlight reel services, contact us at tsptelevision@gmail.com.
High school girls volleyball, Wright County Conference edition at Southwest Christian in the city of Chaska. The Stars lead the Tigers 1-0, 25-18. Looking over the first set numbers, Southwest Christian with the edge in kills 12-9. Hutchinson also had 7 errors. Perhaps the biggest stat in favor of the Stars, the service game. 4 aces, Hutchinson, a big fat 0. And all of that adds up. 7 points, not exactly a runaway, but certainly notable. And a reminder, we've got a couple more games. If you're following us on our YouTube channel, we've got high school football, Stillwater and Eden Prairie, and one more volleyball game in our regular season slate, Maranatha Christian Academy and Rochester John Marshall, and that will do it as far as regular season coverage is concerned. We'll see what happens with the postseason. That is always a little trickier with the high school league and what they want, what they're looking for, etc. And all the sections taking place at roughly the same time. Set 2 underway. And Estelle Haugen throwing the heat again. Annika Verink gets on the board. Didn't see a lot of action in the first set. Had a hitting error and another shot blocked. Off to a quick start here. And there's the pickle lover, Jana Bradenberg. Annika Verink, by the way, has plenty of experience in school plays. An extended rally brewing. Haugen looking to end it. Couldn't land her cut in bounds. She had a hitting error in the first set. Madison Heller now serving for the Tigers. Adri Nelson-Roda, I'll be curious to see what she does in the second set. She wins that net play against Straub. She struggled early, but picked up 4 kills and a block in the first set, had 3 errors. How she performs in the second set as Straub scores from the middle could determine the fate of Hutchinson as far as this game is concerned. Hutchinson also has one more game in regular season play scheduled for Tuesday. With NBA weekend, it condenses the schedule into 3 days, although we do have a few volleyball games on the 21st. Straub again. Straub excelling in the middle, and she's stationed in that front row. High serve receive. Almost a tap down.
But Haugen couldn't score there. She'll have to try on a regular set play. Haugen comes up with a save. Nelson Rhoda is dug by Luca Breitenberg. Here's Haugen again. She'll score on the line shot. 4-2 early in set 2. A terrific season for the Stars, filled with emotional wins. Ella McIntosh serves that out of bounds. That's her second service error. 3 for the Stars. Hutchinson does not have a service error yet. Like we said, emotional wins for the Stars. That 5-set win over Eden Prairie, the 5-set win over Mare Lutheran, former conference rival. Nelson Rhoda, picked up by Luca Breitenberg. Haugen with her second chance, and she'll score off the deflection. So Haugen working her way to another double-digit keel performance. No data available on Max Preps or the Hub, so I can't tell you how many of those she's had, but like we said, an impressive reach in the mid-90s, an approach of over 120. Running tap from Ella McIntosh. Hutchinson can't do much with it. Stars with the free ball. And Straub pounces on it. She's up to 7 kills, and Straub putting in a remarkable performance. We haven't seen a lot of Verink. Again, that has more to do with rotations and matchups. Overpass. And Kelly Coughlin jumps on top of it. (7-3). Southwest Christian over Hutchinson. And the only thing that hasn't gone in Southwest Christian's favor is the service errors. They had 2 in the first set. They have 2 in this set. 4 overall. But everything else is working smoothly as McIntosh adds another dime for Milena Straub. We're seeing some textbook bump set spike plays out of Southwest Christian. And it's always a pleasure to see some of these top teams. From the back row, it's Haugen. Nelson Rhoda with the up. Now Nelson Rhoda tries to score from the back row, and it painted the line. Not by much, but that's the first kill for Hutchinson in this set. It took them a while in the first set as well to score their first kill. Here's Ainsley Toady, the homecoming queen this year. The homecoming king is another one of the student managers, but I was told he's in Los Angeles. And Verink will score. I thought that hit might have gone out. But Hutchinson played it, and Verink picks up a point out of it. 9 points, 9 kills for the Stars. And a hustle play by Jana Breitenberg. Stellar defense here from Southwest Christian when they're out of position, and Nelson Rhoda mistimed the jump and whiffed it. And that is a tough break for the senior. But that was set up by the pair of defensive saves. Southwest Christian They moved the ball well. They moved the floor well. In the Mare Lutheran game, the game-winning point came after Coughlin and Haugen collided to save possession. And Coughlin scores there. Timeout Hutchinson. By my count, 10 kills out of their 11 points. That is a lot of scoring on the part of Southwest Christian. And a reminder, if you want to support long-lasting digital coverage of your favorite athletes, we have several ways for you to do so: Patreon, PayPal, and Cash App. Patreon.com/TSB Television, PayPal @TSB Television, and Cash App, hashtag TSB Television. Some of the Hutchinson players were giving flack to the student manager who's out in Los Angeles, even though he was voted homecoming king for the Tigers this year. And Hutchinson football with a stellar tradition. Actually, Hutchinson sports have a lot to reflect on. Across the board, they may not always win state, but they field some competitive teams, no matter the activity. But it's Southwest Christian with the killer mentality so far. They lead 11-5 in the second set. And as Verink scores from the middle, you can see between these two teams, Southwest Christian, a stronger, more forceful attack than Hutchinson. It helps to have the pedigree that they do. And a myriad of scoring possibilities. Callie Coughlin has 3 kills in this set. Annika Verink with 3. As we've seen before, it doesn't just come from one athlete. There are several who can knock it in. That is why Southwest Christian is so dang tough. And the Stars have been playing overpasses pretty well. Callie Coughlin, that was close, but it did go over to the Hutchinson side, and then some confusion on the Tigers' part. That almost spelled disaster, and Nelson Rhoda hits it into the net. Not her best performance of the season. 5 errors, 5 kills. That won't do wonders on the hit percentage, and that will be a point for Hutchinson, as that let shot for Madison Heller just hit the floor in time. Again, we've seen the Tigers go on short bursts. And seeing them for the first time this season, you get the feeling they're right there. They may not have the velocity to match some of the higher ranked teams, but they're not that far off. Clean up the errors and you might be looking at a closer score. And there's a hitting error on Cecilia McGraw. They had 7 errors in that first set, and even though Southwest Christian had 5, all those errors add up because those are free points you're handing to the opponent. 15-6 the score. Here is Luca Breitenberg. Our first setter dump of the game, and landing it successfully is the St. Cloud State commit, Alyssa Steamer. As we said, had a productive AAU season, I believe, with Minnesota Rise. Annika Verink. We'll have to try again. And that is the strongest swing we have seen out of Adri Nelson Rhoda She gets the line shot. In for a point. Can Hutchinson build some momentum? That's what they're looking to do. McIntosh to Vuring. Went off speed. Hutchinson made the read. But Nelson Rhoda hits that one out of bounds. Sometimes you run into trouble like that, no matter who you play, where maybe you don't have the strongest game. Madeline Paradise making her first appearance. And it's an eventful first appearance as the bench salutes her ace. McIntosh to Haugen. That's going to be double contact. And the first ball handling error on Southwest Christian. You saw Haugen make a last-second adjustment on her attack approach. Was looking to blast it, instead had to tap it and couldn't make a simultaneous touch. But Hutchinson gives him the point back. Madison Heller on the service error. That is the first for the Tigers. Ella McIntosh serving for the Stars. Nelson Rhoda up in the front row now. And she has been a metaphorical swing of the pendulum thus far. Either lands a kill or lands an error, not much room in between. No deflection in the eyes of the line judges or officials, so Estelle Haugen will be tagged with their second hitting error of this set. But Nelson Rhoda, she has 6 errors, 7 kills. Milena Straub is faring a little better. 19-11 the score. Southwest Christian closing in on a set 2 win. Milena Straub, 9 kills. But Nelson Rhoda, consistency has been elusive for the senior. Right idea for Hannah Peterson, but she couldn't paint the corner. And Southwest Christian pulling away in this second set. Callie Coughlin on the off-speed teardrop. And she has logged a few kills in this second set. An extraordinarily efficient set for the Stars. And now slightly less efficient on the hitting error from Straub, but they have 14 kills. Make it 15. As Straub picks up another one. In the first set, it was Haugen. In the second set, Straub making headlines. 23-11, 6 kills for Milena Straub. And she'll want that serve back. This is what Southwest Christian has done to opponents all season long, with the exception of Lakeville North and Egan. Several wins against top 10 teams. in all classes. And you get the sense that if there was an all-class format, maybe Wyzetta would be the favorite as Peterson scores for the Tigers. But Southwest Christian, you would peg them as one of the teams who could hold their own. So we trade service errors. Ainsley Toady missed the mark, and Southwest Christian with plenty of set points to work with. They'll get a free ball. McIntosh to Coughlin. She misfires. Bryn Ziegler to serve for the Tigers. From the back row, it's Haugen. Hutchinson makes a read on it that time. Coughlin will get another chance to close out, and she does. So Callie Coughlin and Melina Straub get in on the action in the second set. Straub with 6 kills, Coughlin with 5, and Southwest Christian spreading the productivity around. They take the second set in dominant fashion over Hutchinson, and they are one away from picking up their 20th win of the season. We'll see if they can pull it off when we return.
When the high school season is over, TSP Television goes on the highlight trail. Our highlight reels provide you with a valuable resource for recruiters and a keepsake of your favorite athlete. To learn more about our highlight reel services, contact us at tsptelevision@gmail.com.
As we get ready to start set 3, the music selection is dating myself because I remember when this song was all the rage 9 years ago, when just about everyone on this court was maybe half their size. Looking over the second set numbers, a stark difference in the number of kills. Southwest Christian 16, Hutchinson 6. Now, these are unofficial. I am not the official stat keeper of this game, but unofficial or not, 16-6 is a pretty wide margin. Estelle Haugen had just 1 kill in that set. It was Callie Coughlin and Melina Straub who were lighting it up. Does Hutchinson have a run within them? And again, it comes down to Adri Nelson-Rhoda's consistency. She has either landed a kill or hit an error, not much in between. Can she put together a string of them and give Hutchinson a chance to get themselves back in this? Haugen will score off the block. And what we're seeing out of Southwest Christian with limited production from Monica Verink, who has just 3 kills, didn't record one in the first set, is indicative of this team's potency, their ability to compete, no matter who is out on the floor. That doesn't happen often in small school volleyball. Melina Straub with the hesitation move. She is feeling it. Jessie Toranette, as we noted, looking to line up Straub with a Division I school, and I don't see why that can't happen. I'm not a scout, of course, so I'll let the powers that be make that determination. I'll just go along for the ride and appreciate her athleticism and intellect. And there's plenty of that all around, as we have demonstrated before, and we play on. I thought that might have been a late hit. Instead, That is a block for Milena Straub. I was wondering if that was going to be 4 touches on Southwest Christian, but we play on, and the Stars are having no trouble at all. Adri Nelson-Rhoda, another timing error. That's happened to her a couple of times, where she has made a play and didn't quite connect on the approach. And timing is so crucial in this sport because that can alter the trajectory of your attack, where you get to the ball. Ball placement is vital on offense. Estelle Haugen will be charged with the error, but once again, she's got an arm. I'm not sure what her maximum velocity is, but she can fire that thing. 4-2 the score. Here's Straub off speed. Net ball back to the Southwest Christian side. Free ball for the Tigers. And that time, Adri Nelson-Rhoda hooks up on the teardrop. Let's see if she can find that balance that has proven difficult to locate. As we've said, it's either a kill or an error. She's had trouble stringing a series of kills, but Estelle Haugen having no trouble at all firing lasers. Haugen had 2 kills, I should say. I think I said 1. She has passed the double-digit mark, though, and so is Milena Straub. Nelson-Rhoda gets the deflection. And Nelson-Rhoda is now at 10 unofficially. The PA announcer said her 5th. I don't know what qualifies, but she fires off a good serve that should result in a free ball. Now Nelson-Rhoda will go from the back row and pick up back-to-back points for the Tigers. So Adri Nelson-Rhoda, who has scored 4 unofficially for the Tigers, might be finding what's missing. But Estelle Haugen has no trouble locating her talent. And in her case, her talent can be found just about anywhere on the floor. I can't wait to see what she can do. Southwest Christian in a favorable section. So I can't wait if the Stars make it to state. Check out that 2A bracket. Milena Straub with another kill from the middle. Straub nearly unmatched in the front row tonight. (7-5), and Nelson-Rhoda with a look of exasperation. Timeout, Hutchinson. Dennis Piowski, I think, trying to regroup his team and regroup Nelson-Rhoda. You saw the look on her face after that hitting error, a little disgusted with herself. But it's rally scoring, so you just got to play on and push forward. If this is the first time you've seen Southwest Christian, Jessie Toe Arnett, the name might sound familiar. She went under a different surname in her college days, but a graduate of Minnesota, psychology major, played in the Final Four in 2004, played professionally for 10 years, got to travel the world, as all the pro volleyball leagues up to this point are overseas, so that is where Americans have to go make their money. And now she's coaching and has enjoyed her tenure at Southwest Christian and relayed some of the gratitude that the players have had for our coverage. I don't know how that happened, but I will take it as a gesture of appreciation. Much better than a restraining order.
Big swing, number 7.
Big swing for number 7 is how the PA announcer describes that last kill for Adri Nelson Rhoda. And that was a welcome sight if you're a Hutchinson fan. Those ATO plays are always crucial. And Hutchinson getting a point off that. A tough break there. Peterson got the up, but nobody was there to back her up, and Peterson knew she couldn't touch it a second time. Positioning, positioning, positioning. Sometimes it's harder than it looks. Straub with the serve, Verink with the tap down. And those who will check out the Fall Classic this weekend will get a glimpse of what Southwest Christian will look like without Estelle Haugen again. That is not due to injury or anything, as Nelson Rhoda hits that out of bounds. It's because of her official visit to Georgia. This was the weekend where they could fit it in, and it will give the Stars a glimpse of how to operate. And coming at this stage of the season, that could prove valuable. If Haugen struggles in postseason play, she is doing anything but. She is flourishing. 12-6 the score. And while you'd like to have one of your top hitters available, the information you can gather in a tournament with condensed sets, all of that at this stage of the season will give Southwest Christian a glimpse of how they can function if they run into trouble in postseason play. As we said before, they have a favorable section. Glencoe Silver Lake is the next closest team to them in the QRF. They get Belle Plaine to wrap up the regular season, but there's nothing to suggest that Belle Plaine will give them trouble. Service error on Hutchinson. The Tigers in a brutal section. 7 of the 8 teams entering tonight have plus 500 records. 3 are ranked in the top 10. So Hutchinson will have a tough out. Verink finds a spot in the back row. Her third, according to the PA official, I've got her at 5, and maybe if I can build up this volleyball coverage enough to get a commentator, they can explain the difference in kills. That is going to be a net contact. Center line net, at that point was going to Southwest Christian. Paige Lemcool. Verink from McIntosh, you bet. And Hutchinson will use their final timeout. Southwest Christian up 16-7, and it looks like they're going to win this one in straight sets. Again, maybe not a surprise when you look at the matchup, but for Southwest Christian, you got to beat the teams you're expected to beat if you want to be a contender. And they have done that frequently this season. A couple more notes, though, for Hutchinson. We may have a future viral pairing because Kira Young, when she isn't playing volleyball, she is a noted guitar and ukulele player. That news was new for Madison Heller, the All-State dancer, so we might have thrown a suggestion to have the two team up for some viral TikTok or YouTube shorts, because I think you could put together a nifty dance number from a guitar or ukulele, but I'll leave that up to Hutchinson. It's always fun to hear some of these fun facts about the players. It can be a little challenging at times when you ask them, hey, tell us about yourself. It takes them a minute because they're like, what do you mean? What kind of fun fact? Once a player or two throws something in, then that lights a fire, sparks the memory banks. And that is a much-needed spark for Adrienne Nelson-Rhoda. She has scored all the kills for Hutchinson in this set. And again, if she can find more consistency moving ahead, that would give Hutchinson a chance at making an upset run in their section. Again, Marshall, a tough out. And don't forget Wilmer and Mankato West. Kelly Coughlin with a little heat.
Number 5, Callie Coughlin. Number 4 on the night. Coming in serve, 7, Luca Bradenberg.
Luca Bradenberg rotates to the service position. Almost got the lead ace there. Instead, it's Estelle Haugen who will pick up the block. In case you're wondering, Southwest Christian ran through the table in their last weekend tournament, the Class 2A Showcase. Biggest win of note may have been Mounds Park Academy. They get St. Louis Park to start the St. Michael Abbeville tournament. Annika Verink adds another kill to her total. I'll be curious to see how they count them up, because I've got her at 7. The PA announcer has her at 5. You're never too old to learn, though, and I'm still learning a few things about volleyball, but one thing I came to learn quickly is how talented the field is. Hitting error on Nelson-Rhoda. Bradenberg serves that out of bounds. That's something that the Stars will want to clean up, 7 service errors. And Hutchinson, looking at their schedule, their biggest win of the season may have been Lakeville South, as Hutchinson serves that into the net. So the Stars 4 points away. Their last weekend invitational, they swept the field, did not drop a set at the Heritage Christian Academy Eagle Invite. Bradenberg with the up. Haugen with the finish. Against some of the higher level teams, Hutchinson has struggled a bit. They were swept by Marshall in regular season play. Jana Bradenberg, our pickle lover who wears kid shoes, I imagine kid-sized shoes that is, adds an ace in her column. The future sailfish at Palm Beach Atlantic. The Hutchinson radio announcer noted that's a good place to attend college. And Southwest Christian ready to put a bow on this one. Looking for 15 straight. The undisputed #1 all season. If you get a chance, should they make the state tournament, check them out, because you've got athletes like Estelle Haugen who can put on a showcase. 25-9, the score in the third set, and it's another straight set win for Southwest Christian, their 3rd in a row, and going back to
25-8, 25-14, 25-9.
The regular season, they're 10th. The two teams will get together for the post-game prayer. A more muted celebration than the last visit we had with Mary Lutheran, but Southwest Christian will take the win nonetheless. A dominant effort from the likes of Haugen and Straub. We'll try to get a word with those two before we wrap things up. This is high school girls volleyball.
Twin Cities sports broadcasting, and a whole lot more. That's what you get from TSB Television. We provide long-lasting digital coverage of your favorite athletes from the preps to the pros. Dazzling moves,
Holloman, good if it goes. Yes!
game winners,
From James. She's in trouble. Finds James. Toss shot! It goes in!
and everything in between.
Before we let you go, do you want to say hi to anybody?
Oh, I don't know. That put me on the spot there.
If you want to connect with our audience, visit us at patreon.com/TSB Television or sponsor our coverage through PayPal and Cash App. Thank you for watching.
Joining me are Milena Straub and Estelle Haugen from Southwest Christian. Milena, you had quite the performance tonight in the 15th win in a row for the Stars. We saw a few glimpses of that in our last visit, but tonight you took over as one of the headliners. So how did you operate so successfully in the front row?
I think just making sure that I'm supporting my teammates, not only supporting myself, but just being there for my teammates in the process. Yeah.
What do you think has been the common bond in this 15-game win streak?
We're just so we have such good chemistry and we bond so well together, and we just know that we're always going to be there for each other. It's just awesome. Yeah.
Well, one piece of that chemistry won't be with you this weekend, but she has a good excuse. Estelle Haugen, you've got to make that official visit to Georgia. But I guess you made sure that people wouldn't forget you. You had a dominant first set, 7 kills unofficially. So in case anyone's wondering, Estelle is still pretty good out there. But how do you think that first set the tone for tonight?
Yeah, we knew they'd be a good team. We didn't want to underestimate them. We wanted to respect them. And so just going in there strong, knowing that we got to play our best game at all times, and it's great practice for the postseason, that's kind of what we kept in mind the whole time.
And Milena spoke of the chemistry. We saw that on full display in the second set. You took a back seat in terms of kills, but you had Straub and Callie Coughlin and Annika Verink added a few kills in the later sets. What is the secret to building solid chemistry, whether you're number one or not?
It has to come kind of naturally to some extent, but our team just does a really good job on leaning on each other, knowing it's not a one-person team, And so, say I fall back a few, I got Milena to cover me, and so I think that's something that's really special about our team is we're always working. We always have someone who's kind of being each other for, just having each other's back.
And, of course, you got word that there's another Division I commit in your ranks in Annika Verink. So tell me, how excited were you to hear her make that announcement? I know it's a verbal. The NLI day won't be until next year, but you and Annika, I think all of you would speak highly of each other. So how exciting is it to see someone else get that spotlight?
Oh, it's awesome. I got to talk to her a lot about it throughout the season and kind of be there for her through the process. It's a grueling process, it really is, but it was really fun to see her just become into the baller she really is, and I'm just so proud of her, for sure. So.
And on that note, what advice would you have to offer? Because there are plenty of talented juniors, including Milena, on this team. You've been through that process already. Of course, the recruiting was a little different with the pandemic last year, but you've gone through this. Annika and the others are going through this now. So what have you learned that you've passed on to some of the younger players?
Yeah, I got to say the biggest thing, especially to Mil, is just trust God. He has a timing for it. You just have to be patient, trust him. He's going to have a path. It may not look the prettiest, the smoothest, but there might be ups and downs, but it's going to work out.
And Milena, I heard that you might have some D1 offers down the road. I don't know where, and I'm not smart enough to pry that information from you. But to hear someone like Annika make the announcement that she's going to Villanova, how do you think that will further fuel your inspiration to pursue this sport?
Well, I'm just so proud of Annika. It's such an honor to be a teammate with her and be her friend. I'm so proud of her, and I think just me personally, just obviously waiting for the right moment and trusting God with that process, just because He has my back too.
And I always say it's your moment, so whenever you're ready, make the announcement, and I'll react just like everyone else because this is your journey. You should celebrate it and make it your own every step of the way. Before we wrap it up, you want to say hi to anybody?
Hi, Mom and Dad and my brother and sister. Yeah.
Hi, grandparents. Hi, family.
What? I think we have some folks trying to photobomb us or something. We had some Halloween costumes, I think, going around. I guess, well, the two of you picked yours, right? I suppose you decided to dress up as volleyball players.
Yep, exactly.
That was ours.
Do you have any in mind the next time you get to go as fans, whether it's football or another sport? Do you have your costume set?
I don't know.
I got to think about that. I don't know yet.
Well, if you really want to have some fun, dress up as Annika and see what her reaction is.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. That's good.
No one will know the difference. Well, thanks for stopping by. Estelle, have fun on your official visit to Georgia. I'm sure you're looking forward to it. And I know Georgia football, SEC, they take sports pretty seriously down there. So I think you're going to fit right in. And Milena, I'm looking forward to your journey whenever you make that announcement. But you put on quite the show tonight. And thanks for dazzling us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Milena Straub and Estelle Hauken from Southwest Christian. That wraps up our coverage here from Southwest Christian High School in Chaska. For the rest of our crew, I'm Mike Beaton. Thanks for watching.